from the studios of Real Life Matters with your incredible host, DBoss, as she brings you entertainment, fashion, music, and interviews right here live at Real Life Matters. And here we go. Sit back and relax, cause we good to go. And we about to hit you off with the TV show. And we keeping it live, and we keep it brand new. And now we about to hit you with the interview. Yeah, we keeping it real, and we put it on the platter. What we talking about? Real Life Matters. Certified, never taking a loss. And here's your host, DBoss.
Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Real Life Matters. And of course, I am your host, DBoss. And we're just hoping that everybody's been doing everything that they're supposed to do. And, because now we're coming into May. So I hope everybody who's made all their resolutions from New Year's now, I hope that they're going into for the right thing that they're going to be doing for this year. So I hope everybody's still doing their laughing tips and they're laughing their 15 minutes or more. And remember, I always tell everybody, if you need more, you have a more strict job, then you have to actually do a little bit more. So it helps release all those endorphins and stuff like that. And if you don't just do it for yourself, you can do it for your soul. It's free. The whole family can do it. Don't say you don't have anything funny, because next thing you know, you turn around, you've been laughing for a half hour if you're doing it with other people. So this is how it's going to go. But today, I got somebody today we're going to find out about everything that he does and everything. And he's an award-winning Canadian author. So we're going to find out how many books he's wrote. But he's especially wrote one, The Performed Man. And we're going to find out from him what he's done. So with no further ado, I introduce to you Mike POLIWODA.
Hello, Darlita.
How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to have you here today. And also here at Real Life Matters, we like to know everybody's culture and where they come from.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's great to finally meet you. My name, POLIWODA, is actually a Polish name, but some people think it's like a Cossack Ukrainian name. Others, so I come from sort of a mixed background, and I sort of my mom was born in Canada, and so I was recently there. I was in Morocco a few years ago. I visited the birthplace of my mom, my grandmother, and so I've got a little bit of a mix going on.
Okay, so how would you say your name and your language?
Well, in English, everyone says POLIWODA, but if you're in that part of Europe, you would say POLIWODA. V is a W.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right. Okay, so you're here now. So what made you come into writing books and being an author? Or like, what inspired you to do this?
Well, I sort of always I always wanted to write, but in anything. So I had a lot of ideas growing up, and I sort of had these aspirations, I guess, right? What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I just want to be a writer and live in the woods. But that never happened. But in 2022, so very recently, I had some challenges. Like coming out of COVID, I had some personal challenges. And I was in a pretty dark place, and I had all these ideas and all these stories. So I started a book of short stories, and they were sort of personal stories. I did it for myself. And that evolved into a novel. So I had a full, an idea for a full novel, loosely based on some of my experiences. And so those two I wrote pretty quickly. And then as I'm observing the world, and I'm realizing this world is such a sad, beautiful place, and there's so much strange things. There's so many beautiful things, and there's so many things going on in our world. So I wrote my third book, which was Save Your Machine, which is the one that won the International Impact Award, and that's speculative fiction. So I went from just sort of literary fiction, telling stories. I love to tell stories, and people always tell me to be quiet because I'm talking too much. So please feel free to do that. So I wrote the speculative fiction, and it's just some artificial intelligence, things that are top mind for many people. Artificial intelligence, war, and so they're just stories, right? And so that won the award, and then I was pretty blown away by that. And then I wrote a fourth book. So these 4 books came out in about 2 years. And I can assure you, I've got 2 kids. I have a day job. So it's not like, but I don't even know. I just did it, And, and the fourth book is funny. It's just Rage Slam haiku. I wrote some funny haiku for daily life. So anyway, so
All right. So do you have a copy of the book there, or you just?
I have the Performing Man. I guess the one we were going to talk about.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. So okay. So you've been doing this for a while. So how did you feel when you won the award for the Canadian winning Canadian the Canadian winning author?
I was blown away. Like I certainly didn't expect, just sort of on a whim. A friend who also wrote a book suggested I enter it in a few contests, because that was the one that seemed to resonate with people sort of beyond the storytelling, because it was kind of relevant to our world. And and I got an email and I got a call, and I was like, and then they asked me to go to an event ceremony, and I was like, well, how much is that? And I was like, okay, well, thank you. I'll just accept the award from here.
I know they want these awards, but you want to pay to go there too.
Right. So anyway, it's just I'm a working guy, but it was lovely to be recognized, right? So, and then
all right. So tell us about this book now that you're doing. That's the big hype.
Yeah. So this one is. It's the first piece of nonfiction that I've done, and it's really something that I think has been percolating in my head and in my heart for a long time. A lot of people, when financial responsibility becomes identity, but because I'm male, and so I've written it from a man's perspective, a man who's a provider, but it resonates with anyone who is a provider, anyone who provides for family, and mothers, grandfathers, aunts, uncles, whatever. Like it's whoever you're providing for. I've had feedback to say that it resonates, so that's really cool. Because the book there's no judgment. I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the map. It's been percolating for years. Watched my father struggle he was a blue collar laborer, and he struggled financially, but he kept it bottled up and he never shared. So he had this appearance of strength, but inside it would manifest in other ways, manifest in anger or frustration or impatience or closing himself off. And so the very people that he was trying to provide for were the people that he was alienating. And I think a lot of people go through that, because we put our values, we value ourselves by our ability to provide.
Okay.
And so that's, in essence, that's what it examines. And it's not, Darlene, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not You know, I don't play one on social media or anything like that. But I'm just a person who has spoken to a lot of other people, who has lived it. I lived it myself. You know, sometimes the mistakes you made are either a wake-up call, or you just sort of collapse into a darker place, and you keep repeating those mistakes, right? And we all have that capacity. I believe we all have a capacity for growth, but that inward reflection is really hard, because we have an image of ourselves and families have images of us. And so I try to gently and without judgment offer a way out of that trap, that armor, you know, that so many people carry. And again, like I'm not a clinical professional. I'm just
No, but that's okay. But you wrote something that, you know, that's impacting, that's going to impact people. So you called it the Performed Man. So the Performed Man is something that how did you come up with that name? You just said that's what I'm going to call it, or?
Well, it was like, you know, I was thinking about the title, and it's because it becomes a performance, right? And we put on that face of instability, and you know that when we're providing, because we don't want to shake the foundation, we don't want to cause any uncertainty or fear in the people that we love, in the people that we're trying to provide for and we're trying to protect. So we put on that face of strength and stability, and it becomes like an armor. And the problem with armor is that after a while it becomes your real skin, you know. Okay. And so as I mentioned earlier, you know, you start to alienate others and the people that you love and the people around you. And when you snap at your child, or when you snap at your partner, there may be calculations going on in your head about paying the bills. And
okay, so the other things that distract you in life, that's why you're putting on this performance. So, you know, basically that's what the book entails of that, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
The performance.
So how long did it take you to put this together before you put it to pen?
Well, it was on my mind for a long time. I had seen a lot of things. I experienced some people I know. There were some suicides, you know, and they were people who seemed stable, people who had a nice home, a nice family. You know, they seemed to have everything, and the pressure was too much. And you know, the biggest tragedy is when someone takes their own life, and what they leave behind is the real tragedy. You know, a family having to deal with the loss, but you become so wrapped up in your own place, your own dark place, and your own armor, your own image and perception of yourself and your identity and your worth that happens. So I'm going to answer your question. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Because that's how you put it. Like, did it take you like a year, 10 years to put together?
It was many years in the making, but once I started writing, it was like a few months.
Okay.
It just kind of flowed, and it was you know, at first I thought I wrote it for me because I lived it. You know, I lived it. I watched my frustration and my inability to communicate was seen as anger. It was seen as impatience. And while there was some of that there, it was really coming from a place of uncertainty. It was coming from a place of instability. It was coming from a place of fear, not wanting to upset the balance of life, the homestead, the kids, you know, so the image conflicts with the reality of what you're going through. So I wrote it for myself, and it just kind of, I thought, wow, maybe I could help people, like my other books were about entertaining. And this one was something really different. And I
So
really
what audience are you focusing on with this book? Is it everybody, or specifically men, or people that could see themselves as you?
I think, I originally thought I wrote it for me and for men, but the more feedback I got, the more I realized it's for anybody who provides, anybody who takes people and feels the pressure,
Okay. All right. So how many pages is it, the book?
Oh, that's the beauty of it. It's super short. It's because I also, it's about 120 pages. It's very concise. Like I really worked hard at making it clear and concise, because first of all, when you're going through something, it's hard for you to share. So it may be embarrassing to be carrying around a little handbook, and so I wanted it to be something you can hide in the bathroom under the magazines, or or something you keep in the glove box of your car, right?
Okay.
And I am working.
So you made it compact and kind of discreet, to put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully people can find a way out of that crap, and because when you start to share, when you start to communicate, and you don't have to be, some people are uncomfortable with being vulnerable, because vulnerability is, in their mind, is a risk. And it was that for me, like being vulnerable. But, things can be measured, and, things can be matter-of-factly, and things don't have to be disastrous. But if you have somebody that you can share what you're going through with, without compromising how you feel about yourself, then maybe it takes people to a better place, and that's really all I'm really hoping for.
Okay. All right. So, did you want to give any shout outs to anybody that helped you with the book?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. My neighbors, Steve Young and Dan Sauve, just lovely people. Tiffany Austin, who read it and said to me, Mike, this is about me too, and she's a provider, oh gosh, and of course Sasha, Sasha is such a joy to work with, and there's also my kids, Brendan and Jack, like they're.
It's so funny, because when people hear, they'll watch it, you watch your interview, and they'll say, "Well, I wonder who is shout out."
Right? I can't think of who to shout out. But like there were a lot of people.
Okay. All right. So
my childhood friend Pino.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. My childhood friend Pino, who read it and said, "Mike's this," and my friend John Light, who said, "This was really emotional for me to read," So getting feedback like that is really something, because with stories, people either like your stories or they don't, and it's like, it's not for everybody, but I think this could be for everybody. Who has these struggles, measuring their worth by their ability to provide, and losing sight of the important things. And we sometimes, the most important things in our lives we miss because we're distracted.
Okay. So when people read this book, all right. So if people want to reach out to you or find you or book you, where can they find you at?
I have a Substack page. It's substack.mikepoliwada.com. If you Google my name, I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn, And my email is just my first initial and my last name at Gmail. And I'm happy to talk to anybody. You know, but the thing is, if people want to talk to me, that's, you know, I'm
gonna have to want to talk to you. You know what I mean? You have to want to speak to people. And,
sure.
and where can they purchase the book? Can they get and how much is it?
It's on Amazon right now. You can pre-order the Kindle version for $2.99, and
okay.
and the paperback itself is, I think, about $12.99 or $14.99. It's
Okay.
pretty it's pretty low price. I know these are tough times for people, and sometimes books are a luxury. But I do hope to have the audio version available around the time.
That's good.
Around the time of the
good.
Olympics. So, but I'm not having a huge recording budget. I'm learning how to do it myself. So
there's all kind of tools out there. You just got to research them, and then
absolutely.
you'll be fine.
And I have to get my dog. And I have to get my dog to stop running up and down the stairs when I try to record.
That's when you got to go in the closet.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Oh my gosh.
And hide. Well, you know, Mike, when so has your book been released yet or not yet?
May 22nd.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's coming up. So that's good. So
yeah.
So
and,
what
a week Friday, and
okay.
But the Kindle. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say, but the Kindle is available for pre-order now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, Mike, you know, it was a pleasure having you on today, and I want to see you come back. You know, when you have another book and stuff like that, and all your books. You know, people, I encourage you to go get the book. You know. And look at it and give him comments, you know, send, you know, like it, you know, respond, tell him what you like so that he knows, and he'll read it and he'll get back to you, you know, on the book. So, because that's what they're writing the stuff for, to hear your feedback. So it's important to put your feedback, like what you like, what you didn't like, what you thought, you know, all those things. And it takes 2 seconds to do it. Even if you don't know how to type, you could just do it in the, you know, either Google Voice or just do a voice recording and it'll type it. And I'm pretty sure Mike will respond to you. So,
100%.
You know,
of course,
he will respond to you, or one of his team members or somebody will respond to you to let you know something, you know. And maybe if you want a personalized copy, him signed it, you know, he could just reach out to him, and then most likely he could send it to you, and you could you could sign the copy for them. And then, you know, just mail it out, you know, just reach out. You know, the key is to connect with you know, Mike, and get all your stuff done. So it's been a pleasure having you on here. And the journey continues on. And this is Mike's journey in his, you know, he's writing about, but his journey can relate with men, women. It's just life, right?
Absolutely. And Darlita, thank you so much. This is what a pleasure. I'm so honored that I could be here with you, and you're wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, thank you. Well, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Go get the book. The Performed Man. You know what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily mean a man. You could be women. You could have put your name in there also. All right.
Oh,
so good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in with, you know, Mike POLIWODA and his journey. And good night and bye for now.
All right, join us next time at Real Life Matters with your host DBoss, as she bring you some more entertainment, fashion, music, and interviews right here on Real Life Matters. We got to go. Okay, that's it, we got to go. And we just hit you off with a TV show. And we kept it hot, and we kept it brand new. And we just hit you off with an interview. And we kept it real, and we put it on the platter. Talking about that real life matters. Certified, never taking a loss. And that was your host, DBoss.